Okay, so you're best friends with statues, but were there no other kids at Potomac Park?
You want me to keep this provincial. Okay. This one little girl, my age.
How old?
3 years old.
3 years old.
She didn't live at the park, she was a tourist. Mom and I were hustling for change when we met her family at the Lincoln Memorial. Sandy. I fell in love with her. She was soft and pink, all bundled up in her warm coat. Her father took the twin boys, hustled back to their car, and brought me back a blanket. Her mother talked to Mom. The little girl, Sandy, looked at me and smiled. She wouldn't stop. It wasn't a big smile, but it was warm. She wanted me to smile back. I knew it, but I didn't want it. I was just another little boy to her. And that was hard to accept because Mom kept telling me how special I was. I got so used to being this sort of Frankenstein in my dirty clothes and my dirty face. I think I was a cute kid if I could keep clean, but I could not keep clean. I was always dirty. I thought being dirty was part of being special, but Sandy didn't care. That morning she became my friend forever, and we still visit all the time.
In your dreams?
Yes. She has a nice family. Unfortunately, one of her brothers committed suicide. God doesn't like suicides, you know. It's a glitch. God has no way of predicting or stopping suicide. With it goes the soul, and it is irretrievable. And God hates losing souls.
Did anyone ever offer you any real help, like a job for your mom or a home?
Yes, of course. But Mom would never take it. She had a hard time trusting people. According to her, people always had ulterior motives. There was no true altruism. And unfortunately, people often proved her right.
How?
Father Alphonsus M. Smith. He tried to get Mom to come home with him. Perversion dripped from his pores. I could smell it. He wanted me. He wanted me to play with his puppy dog and drink his homemade hot chocolate and take a bath in his tub. He wanted Mom dead in a hole so he could have his dirty way with me. He wore his collar like a badge and quoted scripture like a desperate man waving a 20 at a cheap prostitute. He drove out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed the cherubim and a flaming sword which turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life. He called me a dirty little cherubim. He wanted my limbs, he wanted my fruit, he wanted to bask in the warmth of my fire, to come dangerously close to the flame. If that's the only way to get clean, then I was bound to stay dirty. Mom had her faults, but she wasn't going to fall for that crap. She dismissed him immediately. To this day, I don't trust men with fat noses and big pork chops.
What do you mean by pork chop?
Those are the thick sideburns that grow down a man's face. My mom grabbed my hand and charged across the mall to the art museum. Left turn, right turn, into the atrium and to the fountain. Cherubims playing with the swan, she says. That is a cherubim. I knew the cherubim. Suddenly, it was familiar to me. But where's his clothes, Mommy? A priest took them. The church has always been fond of the naked boy. As long as you put wings on him and call him a cherubim, it's okay. It's church-sanctioned pornography is what it is. Now you listen to me. You never let anyone treat you like a cherubim. No, of course not. I would never. That would be ridiculous. I know Mom always told me I was special, but this is when I understood. I was special. And that priest knew it. That's why he wanted me. And I walk down the street and sometimes people look at me in the eye, and dirty as I am, I could see it in their eyes when they want me, because they know. Some people could smell it. They could taste it in the air when it's around, when I'm around. I know you can't.
I'm sure you're very special, but I've never been clairvoyant.
Or you've never let yourself be. You have to be able to understand yourself in order to understand anyone else.
Well, thanks for that. Your life is shaped by a lot of religiousness. Did you grow up reading the Bible a lot?
Reading the Bible with Mom was the extent of my homeschooling.
Are you still with your mom?
No.
Where is she? Are you able to keep in touch?
No. She left me in San Francisco in '67. She said that's where I was going to learn everything else I needed to know. She couldn't go the rest of the way with me. I never saw her again.
I'm sorry.
Now, mostly my father talks to me about things.
Wow, you have a father? You keep in touch? Where is he?
God is everywhere.
I see. Oh, you're really religious.
I am religion.
Do you think you're God?
I am God's son.
Why did you say that? Do you think you're Jesus Christ?
Yeshua bar Yahosef bar Yaqub. I once was him. Now I am Christopher, son of Elohim.